Get your ex back techniques not only don't work, they're going to end up costing you your marriage. I'm sick and tired of hearing about these techniques that are turning relationships into games, ruining marriages, and tearing families apart. Today I'm going to explain why the manipulation and mind games from the so-called get your ex back gurus are preventing you from reconciling with your wife, and more importantly, at the end of the video I'm going to teach you a real process that's going to help you reconcile with no manipulation. Get your ex back techniques have gained traction and popularity in the dating scene with young people, and you can probably remember what it was like being young and dating when you didn't have any of those responsibilities. It was a lot of fun, but let's be honest, you were also really immature. And this is why these techniques are just really not suitable for married men like us who are in a committed, loving relationship. They just don't work. It's because your wife has known you for years. She knows you really, really well. You've been together for anywhere between 10 to 20 years. And when you start, applying these silly games, she sees through them really fast, and all it does is push her further away. So let's take a look at some of these bullshit techniques, take them apart, and then I'm going to give you some real advice that's going to help you and your wife get on the road to reconciliation. Get your ex back tactics. Now, this is like a cancer when it comes to the reconciliation process. It's got you focusing way too much on tactics than the necessary steps that are really required to save a marriage. It's got you asking questions like, should I do no contact or should I do smart contact? Should I stay in the house or should I leave the house? Now, these are just all tactics and they're not going to save the marriage on their own. The only way you're going to save the marriage is by doing the deep inner work that's required. And you know this because your wife has been asking for it. She's asked you for change. She wants things to change. She wants the relationship to change, and she wants you to change. But up until this point, you didn't know what change really meant. You thought it meant cleaning up around the house more, being around the kids more, paying more attention and trying to meet your wife's needs. But that's not it. Real change requires a new awareness around the root problems in your marriage. Now, this isn't always that easy, so I've created a free masterclass to help you identify the root problems in your marriage so you can bring about real change. I'll link it down below. Enroll in the masterclass today. Get your ex back quick wins. It's literally taken your marriage years to get to this breaking point. If you think that using a couple of psychological tricks and scripts are going to save your marriage long term, you're only fooling yourself. Get your ex back gurus talk about doing no contact and giving your ex FOMO. Now, you don't want to be doing this. This is horrendous. It might give you a quick win that your wife will start to be genuinely worried about your well-being because you haven't talked to her in days or weeks, but this is actually hurting your chances of reconciling. It's damaging your marriage more than it's helping. And you're setting a very dangerous precedent. You're basically telling your wife that it's okay to play games. You don't want to do this because it's only a matter of time before she sees through these cheap tactics and you're going to end up ruining your chances of reconciling. Get your ex back manipulation. This is where your sole focus is on saying and doing things that's going to get your wife to change her mind, also known as what I call a show pony. And you don't want to be doing this. Your wife knows you really well and she knows that you're not really changing. And your wife is going to test you on this. She's got a great nose for smelling bullshit from a mile away. And the way she's going to find out if you've really changed or not is by setting a tripwire. So a tripwire is where she says something or does something that in the past would have caused an emotional reaction from you to get you to react in a certain way that'll confirm to her that you haven't changed. So if in the past you used to get really angry, she might tell you that you haven't changed at all and that you don't care about her, or that you're a terrible dad. Now, if you've been watching these get your ex back gurus and haven't really changed, you're going to walk straight into that tripwire and it's going to blow up in your face and she's going to realize, okay, he really hasn't changed. The only way you're going to save your marriage is with real change, and real change requires you to eradicate those behaviors that have caused the marriage to end up where it's at today. If you like this video, watch my next video on how to reconcile with your wife without manipulation.